welcome back to Trees and Turtles. Good morning from Geneva. If you are new to this channel, then I am currently on a tour of Europe, backpacking through 10 countries, and I have reached Switzerland. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. So, I'm in Geneva, and the first thing that we are going to do, because I arrived last night, but that was boring, you didn't want to see that. I arrived last night, but now we are going to look at the Palais de Nations, which is the traditional headquarters of the UN. If you can't already hear in the background, there is a protest going on behind me, and also there are the sort of famous fountains. I'll show you close up in a minute, but we're going to walk around the front and look at this, because this is a place I've wanted to visit for a really long time. Alright, there are the fountains. There are some more fountains. Loads of fountains to play. Okay, so this is the best view I could find of the front of the Palais de Nations. You can see obviously there's a big sign up there that says United Nations, also a sign there that says United Nations, and down the middle we've got a bunch of like national flags, obviously to represent all the countries that are at the United Nations. Now obviously I realise that the United Nations has been a sort of a controversial body over the years. It's done a lot of stuff that people haven't necessarily agreed with or approved of, and it's also done some good stuff, so a really interesting historical site to visit, I think. And cars keep driving in front of me, but that's fine, because this place is somewhere I've wanted to be for ages and ages, and it's really exciting. Now, in front of the Palais de Nations we got this sculpture called Broken Chair, which was installed in 1997, and it represents opposition to landmines and cluster bombs, obviously, because one of the legs of the chair is broken, and it's supposed to serve as a reminder to politicians and diplomats here in Geneva that their work has a wider meaning and serves a wider purpose in the world as a whole. So just arrived at the Botanical Gardens of Geneva, and I'm so excited for this because your girl loves nature. Anytime there's an opportunity to go to Botanical Gardens, I will go. This is one of the glass houses, obviously a bunch of tropical plants in here. Okay, well, maybe not exactly tropical, but you get my point. Wow, look at that, frogs. Frogs are so loud. You know, I think I could sit by this fountain all day because it's actually mesmerising, and I love a good fountain. Every time I see a fountain I'm like, oh my gosh, a fountain for me. But we need to go and see another fountain, and that is a very famous fountain in Lake Geneva. It's called the Jet d'eau, or the literally water jet, but it's very like high, tall jet of water. It supposedly starts at 10 AM, which is about now, so let's go and see if it's working. Just in passing, this is the World Meteorological Organization, which obviously is cool because weather. For those of you who don't know, my specialisation is geography. I did my degree in it, so anything to do with like weather or nature always immediately gets a reaction out of me. I'm just arriving at the shore of Lake Geneva, and I severely underestimated how visible this landmark is, okay? I could see it from several blocks away. Just look. I mean, I knew it was big, but like, come on, that is huge. That is enormous. That's almost laughably huge. And then obviously over here we've got just general sort of shores of Lake Geneva. There's a boat over there. Something that really gets me is like just look at how clear the water is. Like, don't worry, I'm not going to drop my phone. But just how clear the water is amazing. Just this whole place seems like it just sparkles. Alright, this is the Palais de Justice, which is a really important and central courthouse in Geneva. Finally made it to Geneva Cathedral. This is also known as Cathédrale de Saint-Pierre, and it was established in 1150. It's basically part of the Protestant Church of Switzerland. This is kind of the front. There is also a back with some pillars, but I was like walking around trying to get to the front for like 15 minutes, and I finally found it, so I do want to stop and appreciate it for a minute. But anyway, yeah, that's what it looks like. There's actually a walkway at the top that you can go up to if you like. I'm not going to go up there today because this was hard enough to find. But anyway, yes, that is the cathedral. I think it's interesting how it's sort of just built into the surrounding buildings. Like, that's just another building. Like, that's a regular street. Boom, cathedral. So I found this really cute little cafe, and they had something that I've never seen before, so I'm going to show you what it is. So this is a financier chocolat. It's basically like a little chocolate-filled pastry in the shape of a heart, which I thought was absolutely adorable, and I wanted it, so I got it, because I'm on holiday and that's what you do. Look at that, it's actually got kind of like marbled pastry inside. That's so cool. Right, so I'm nearly at the end of my time here in Geneva, but I just wanted to kind of close this video once again, as I have with the others in this series, with like a series of reflections. One thing I did want to mention is that I was supposed to go to the CERN Science Gateway Museum, and I had fully planned that, and I looked up like opening times during the week, and it was like 8 to 6 or something, and I was like, this is great. And then I got here and I realised they're closed on Mondays for no apparent reason, and today is a Monday and I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so that is a huge downer because I really wanted to go, I really wanted to see it. So I guess I'm just going to have to come back to Geneva, which is also, I feel like that's not bad news because this is a wonderful place. Like, I feel like it's been really welcoming. That's been like a big theme of my trip so far, is like almost every single place I felt really welcome, I felt really safe. Also, something else I really liked about Geneva, and I'm not sure if this is like specific to me because I booked with a certain hostel or if it's a general tourist thing, but when I booked with a hostel, they literally gave me like free transport passes, so I've just been going on the bus and the tram here for free, which is mind-blowing to me, but also extremely convenient. So shout out to Geneva for that. That's a wonderful scheme. Also, the history here is amazing, and something else that's really quite unique about the place, obviously you know that there's a whole like political and diplomatic side to Geneva because of the UN and a lot of other international organisations having a presence here, but obviously Switzerland is a very sort of financial district type of country, so there's a lot of like Rolex and Cartier and other sort of high-end shops which have been really interesting to look at, and there's a sort of real sort of like old money aesthetic to the place, which is really quite interesting because a lot of the other places that I've been to have had a sort of a different, it feels quite unique is what I'm trying to say. I think honestly probably once I go to Monaco, which is where I'm headed next, that will kind of like ramp up times 10. But yeah, Switzerland feels very sort of very chill, very safe, very sort of quite classy, I guess. But yes, so this afternoon I'm flying to Nice, and then I'm getting the bus or train to Monaco. I haven't quite decided yet, because that's the best way to get to Monaco on a budget from here. And yes, so that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in Monaco. Okay, bye!